And Ben, you're famous for your dark and twisted episodes. Is there something insanely creepy that we can look forward to?
Insanely creepy. I think I'm on the...
Or just insane.
Yeah, I think I'm working on the insane thing.
Yeah, tell them about it. Just a little.
I can tell about the... Okay, let's see. How would it be? Alright, I'm working on something. We got one coming along. It's going to have some of the fairy in it. I think that's going to be cool. But that's not creepy. That's just fairy. But I do think that we're going to be walking a very careful tightrope, and I mean this in the most sincerity I can muster. We have to be very careful. Little people will be involved. And so everyone on pins and needles until we get our defamation suit out of the way. I'm looking forward to, I see a moment where perhaps the boys have to fight a tiny pinprick of light that ultimately is Tinkerbell. I think that's going to be awesome. I see a Jensen with a little light coming toward him, and he just says, "It's so beautiful." And I think, yeah, you can clap your hands in this story, and believing won't help. It's just done, man. So there's rich in absurdity, I promise. Ask for more in a few minutes.
And Sarah, women don't seem to hang around very long on Supernatural. Will that change on your watch? And are there any plans for new or old female characters this season?
I've been here since episode 1. I'm female. We have a couple of female characters who have survived so far this season. And that's really all you can say for characters of either gender on this show. Yeah, I don't think we've had a character on this show who has lived, period. So, we have a couple of, there's a female character we're introducing who is a relative of Santa Dean's, a Campbell, and Lisa Braden is returning. And, there's a couple cheers. And, there's one so far, but, not to really delineate it by gender, we pretty much, you're kind of dead meat on Supernatural. It's kind of like, if you're awesome, we bring you back from the dead every time.
We're actually telling you that death doesn't exist. I think you should appreciate this as a public service announcement. Congratulations! Good news, everybody! Bring back
Jerry Springer show? Yelling crap out?
And for Sarah and Eric, I've heard about the Japanese Supernatural anime project. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, it's actually not... good news, everybody! They're not selling it here! So, I guess Warner Brothers or the powers that be or your congressman and asked, nay, demand the Supernatural animation. All I know is that I can't believe it's just super, super cool, and that they're making episodes of the show that we don't have to work on, and I think that's the thing that we're most happy about. And it's because it's animated, it gets to have all sorts of crazy.
Shit with tentacles.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just want tentacles in it, and stuff that we can't do on live action on the show.
Supernatural.
Not enough tentacles. Have you tried to do live action tentacles? They suck, man. Totally shitty. And then these two guys are doing voices for a couple of the episodes.
Which is going to be interesting because my Japanese is horrible.
But that's what we know about it. We know that there's going to be, we'll have a writer's screening and we'll get wasted and watch it. But in terms of getting it released to the public, I think it's up to you guys to demand it. So.
And let's get metaphysical for a second. Was the prophet Chuck really God? Because if so, that means God offended the
interpretation. We very, very intentionally did not want a character to come out at the end to say, and that's because I'm God. Because we thought, like, you wanted it to be, yeah, it's just douchey of, like, it's like M. Night douchey of a level. I'll say this though, because
There's going to be a
people say to me, like, but if Chuck was God, and we're not saying whether he was or not, then that means the writer was God, and isn't that the definition of M. Night douchey? And my response is, I was like, yeah, but if he is God, this guy's banging whores. So that kind of takes the curse off.
Is that how you put the curse on stuff?
That puts the curse on. That puts the curse on. But anyway, it's open for people to debate amongst themselves, and we have our own privately held beliefs.
Obviously.
Yeah.
So you're a big fan of M. Night? I like his journalistic work.
And Jensen, now that you're a director, what's your best advice for directing Jensen Ackles?
Well, the nice thing is I don't have to convince me to do anything.
Be Jensen Ackles.
Or did I? And yes, I by no means consider myself a director. I was given a task and I did it to the best of my abilities, and you know, who knows? But I got lucky because I got to work with you know, Jim was carrying the weight of the show, and Jared was not on set. Which is really the biggest bonus of being a director about this. Yeah.
Is there any plans for Jared, Misha, Jim, even Sarah, maybe directing an episode at some point?
Don't do it.
No.
I've noticed that directing requires a certain amount of work, which pretty much eliminates it from my list of things to do.
I'm always wearing a hat.
Make sure it's on the top of his skull.
I want to say this about Jensen's directing. I wanted to give him a sense of what it was like to be a director on the first day. And I thought about staying in my trailer for 30 minutes. But it just went too far against my sense of ethics. I remember the very first setup, Jensen came in and said, okay, Jim, you're on the phone to whoever, and I think you should walk over here and start over here, come over to the desk, pick up the phone. And I said, I know how to pick up a phone. What are you, Eric von Stroheim now? And
Well, the writing boots and the writing crop were probably there.
yeah, it was the megaphone that, but you do look good in a beret. Seriously speaking, I've been doing this for 312 years, and I've worked with a lot of really, really good directors, and I have never felt any more secure or well-guided as an actor than I have by Jensen Ackles.
That's a little man love right there. Mm-hmm.
That was a weird, sentimental moment. Off for a Comic-Con panel.
You didn't buy that, did you?